I'm actually pro World War III. Yeah, that's how much debt I have. The only way I'm getting out of this mess is total global demise. The first thing I'm doing when World War III actually pops off is call MasterCard and tell them to eat my whole ass. I told you I wasn't going to pay you. And I don't let anyone near my ass. That's a millennial activity I do not partake. You can keep that one, you little freaks. Do you guys think the earth is ending? I think it's a mistake to think it. You do? You believe that? I think it's a mistake to believe the earth is ending because that gives you an out. We don't have to be nice to each other if the shit's about to go down. I think we're going to be stuck here for 1,000,000 years, so be nice to each other. But some people really believe the earth is dying. They're called Doomsday preppers, and I didn't know about them because I haven't had regular TV in a long time. But Netflix bought all 13 seasons. So it's been on for years, but I didn't know about it. I watch every episode back to back to back. It's insane. They think the earth is ending. They're building bunkers, just filling them with soup. Wouldn't it be easier to just die? They're like, we got to repopulate the earth. You're going to wait for the bombs to go off. You're going to go underground, and you're going to come out and be like, let's fix this. No. Have you ever run a marathon? Me neither, but it looks hard as hell, right? Have you ever jogged lightly to something you were late for and you show up with sweat on your ass? Imagine repopulating the earth. Fuck that. I'm just going to die. And half of the people on this show are evangelical Christians. They think that the end of the world, they think the apocalypse is the rapture. But if you're here after the rapture happened, you fucked up. You picked the wrong God. Enjoy your soup. It's a perfect joke. I don't know. You're not smart enough for it? You know, if you're a good Christian, you get sucked to heaven during the rapture? Or you just don't want to have your faith questioned at a goddamn pottery studio? What do you say about me being Christian? Not tonight. We do that on Tuesdays. Netflix, thanks for buying that show. Really opened my eyes. I like Netflix. They really got us, though, didn't they? Cord cutters. It's technically my sister's Netflix, so I guess she's the cord cutter. I'm 40 years old. I'm still on my sister's Netflix. I'm not even remotely embarrassed. They try to change the password requirements, too, and I was like, you can't beat me. I'm a fucking hacker now. I was on her Hulu for a long time, too, and her Hulu still had ads, even though she was paying for it. So I went on there to add my credit card on top of her credit card for $1.99 to get rid of the ads. She called me right away. She's like, where'd the commercials go? I was like, your baby brother's got this one. Merry Christmas for 8 more years. Netflix rules. It's funny that they got us to cut the cord and then sold us all the channels back at a premium. They did a good job. They're smart as hell, and we all fell for it. I'm paying 10 times what I paid for cable, and they're like, you're a cord cutter. You're free. So I got $600 in subscriptions. I cut the cord just so you can fucking hang me with it. I hate capitalism. Only because I'm poor. If I was rich, I'd be like, I love capitalism. I didn't think I was that poor. I've done pretty good for myself, but then I tried to buy a house, and that's how I knew. They laughed me right out of the bank. And I never even wanted a house, but I just had my first kid. I'm 42. I had my first kid in my 40s. I did it out of wedlock. We did it on purpose. We wanted to confuse God. It's our first baby. Probably our last baby. You only get one shot at that. I never wanted children. But I did it. And we live in a 1-bedroom. It's pretty sad bringing a baby to a 1-bedroom. I never cared about living 1-bedroom because I got 1-bedroom energy. I would have died in that apartment. I didn't give a shit. But now there's a baby in there, and I know the baby don't know about mansions, but she looks around like she does. She looks at me like, you should have done better before I got here, buddy. Who you been talking to? So I was like, I gotta get this little baby a starter home. And I found one. And I applied for a loan. They laughed me out of the bank. They didn't even say my application was denied, they would leave. The loan officer told me to put my britches up on the way out. It was like $1.1 million for a 2-bedroom starter home. Yeah, my choices are buy a single family home in Los Angeles or the whole state of Mississippi. Crooked letter I. Oh, if you're laughing, you went to the dumb school. You guys know what I'm talking about? In the South, when you learn how to spell Mississippi, they taught you a song. M-I, crooked letter I. Crooked letter I. One dumb person, hell yeah. She finished the song, humpback I. How dumb did they think we were? That's 98% repeating letters. And like, they can't get it. Teaching them a song, crooked letter I. They taught us how to count by Mississippis too, which was always confusing. Remember that when you're playing backyard football? You said 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Now I'm an adult. I found out Mississippi's last in education, so it almost seems like we were rubbing it in their faces that we could count. 1 Mississippi. Do you know how to do that, you dumb motherfuckers? 2 Mississippi. I don't know if you guys have tried to buy a house. I'm not that smart, but the market is pretty messed up. I don't know anything about it. I just assume if I don't have a house that someone else did something wrong. I don't know much about the market, but some scientists do believe that the last housewarming party has already occurred. It's all van warming parties from here on out. That's where my generation's living now. They moved into vans, and even worse, they're trying to make it look cool. Are you guys on the same YouTube as me? You know about the van lifers? We're bloggers. Like, you're fucking homeless. Why don't you type that into your blog, baby? You got to be pretty careful typing a blog from a van, too. It turns into a manifesto a little bit too fast. I found out about a thing called the tiny home movement, too. I was watching HGTV. I didn't know I was allowed to because I don't have a home or garden, but I tried. They let me. You know about the tiny home people, too? What a great rebranding of trailer. It's just a mobile home. Just admit you're living in a mobile home. That's what I grew up in, so I want one of those again. That's way better than the 1 bedroom. That's freedom. I want to take a tiny home up into the woods and go off to the grid completely. No more internet, no nothing. But if you tell someone you're going to live off the grid, they instantly think you're crazy. I'm going off the grid. Where's Billy at? Oh, he moved up in the woods. He's jacking off to memories. Don't accept any packages from him. My uncle said I can't afford a house because I'm lazy, and he might be right about that, but I made some money. If this was 1980, I'd have a goddamn mansion. He told me to pull myself up by my bootstraps. I said, why do old people always like to speak in cliches? What the fuck is a bootstrap? I'm wearing tennis shoes to an Uber Eats job. I told him he needs to pull himself up by the Velcro straps on his Skechers shape-ups. And now I didn't get invited to Thanksgiving this year. That's not real. It's been a crazy 2 years for me. I had a baby and found out I had diabetes in the same year. Yeah, 2 diseases. A groan's better than a laugh, baby. I'm just kidding, man. Diabetes ain't a disease. I went to the doctor after not going to the doctor for 10 years. I used to be in the military, so when you go to that doctor, you're in and out. There's no bullshit. There's no bedside manner. When you go to the doctor now, you instantly got a lot of the guy. They always are like, well, how many drinks do you have a week? It's like, I'm not here to lie to you, brother. Just stick a finger in me and tell me what's wrong. Isn't that what you guys do when I'm 40? You get one in there? He got 2 in there. That's how he knew it was type 2 diabetes. Yep, you can't have sweets anymore. You don't have to take insulin, but you have to take a pill. I didn't think I was going to have to relearn to eat in my 40s. That's where I'm at right now. I knew most of the food we eat in America is bad, but I didn't really know until I had to cut out all the bad stuff. I stopped drinking too. I don't drink. I don't eat ice cream. I don't eat candy. I don't eat anything. And I went back to the doctor. My sugar was still high, and the first question he asked me is if I was still eating bread. I knew bread was bad, but I didn't know it was all sugar. And if you grew up where I grew up, they taught you how to eat based on the food pyramid. That's the bottom of the pyramid. That's where they started. That was the foundation. You could have 11 servings a day, they said, of bread. This doctor's like, you can't have any bread, it'll kill you. And I was like, I'm gonna look real stupid eating these hot dogs without buns. There's gonna be mustard everywhere. I was like, can I have corn dogs or is that bread too? He's like, can't have corn dogs. Also bread has mesothelioma in it. He said I should cut dairy out of my diet too. That's the toughest one because I grew up in Texas. It's a dairy state. We grew up drinking milk. We grew up watching the Got Milk commercials every fourth commercial. I think they ran it there 10 times more than the national average. They brought them back too. You remember the Got Milk ones? There's an athlete with a big thick milk mustache, all stuck right here. Were the rich people getting better milk? The milk we drank at my house would drizzle down our chests. I got that good shit, got milk, and now I'm 40. I'm like, now I got tits. Who did this to us? The food pyramid was all bullshit, and we should have known too because it don't even got water on it. The thing that you will die of the quickest if you don't have it, they're like, leave it off. Put a glass of wine on there instead. You can pretty much just have the meat and vegetables, but the meat's even confusing here. In the U.S., everything's confusing. They kind of trick you all the time. You got to know something's wrong with the beef in America when advertising it as grass-fed is the premium version. Oh, you just been feeding that cow what it's supposed to eat? Thank you. Real quick question, what have you been feeding the cows? I thought they were eating grass this entire time. This is a weird way to find out you haven't been feeding them what they're supposed to eat. This is the one time in my life I did my research. I was like, what are they feeding the cows? I don't like doing my research. It takes too much effort and it ends with me being scared. And I don't like that. I want to be ignorant. That's a good life. As long as it doesn't affect anyone. Being dumb rules. Because when you're dumb, just don't bother anyone. That's nice. Don't impart any of your bullshit on anyone else. It's fine. I started looking into this beef thing. I read a story about a tanker truck that overturned on a Wisconsin road. You'd think fuel or some shit would spill out of it, but it was all red Skittles. There was an accident. A tanker truck flipped. All red Skittles went all over this country road in Wisconsin. The oddly shaped ones. Yeah. The company that makes Skittles, they sell the ones that don't pass quality control at dairy farms in Wisconsin. They feed them to the cows so they get fatter faster. Yeah, what the fuck? Send the red ones to my house, dude. Give the cows the lemon ones. You probably never heard about this because they spend millions of dollars trying to suppress the story because they didn't want to turn you off. I think that's a mistake. Because if I went to the grocery store and I had a choice between grass-fed and Skittle-fed beef, I'd be like, give me that Skittle-fed, baby. I'll pay $40 a pound for that shit. Give me that shiny meat. It's the only way I can have meat now that I have diabetes. It's the only way I can get my sweets. Give me the juicy stuff. I just think the internet has ruined everything. I think it's destroyed basically life. It's destroyed everything we have. Social media has tore down society. And you all know it's terrible, but you keep it. Everyone hates Facebook. We're like, I got to keep my account. Where else am I put these engagement ring photos of my ugly knuckles no one will tell me about? I got to have a post a picture of my ugly baby. No one can tell you if your baby's ugly. I think that's a tragedy. I think we should be honest with each other. But if anyone's ever told you that your baby's precious, now you know. I just want the internet to go away. If anyone knows where the switch is, please turn it off. Let's shut this shit down. Doesn't matter how good a joke is, there's still going to be a pimple popping video with 60 million views. And no joke can compete with that. I got to be on a rectangle on Instagram going, I like World War III. Like me, I'm at Hambone. I want to shut it down, baby. Get rid of the internet. This destroyed everything. Can't even have a good relationship anymore. Don't meet new people. It sucks. Turn it off forever. I want to go back to pre-internet, pre-dank memes. Anyway, please follow me on Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook. I'm Billy Bonnell. Enjoy the rest of the show.